reason why Valenti ended up taking that game. Alright, so we can head up into our next game, which will be casted by Stewfly Pie and Hunter. Will be Mozzarella Sticks versus ZenoAkoop. Gentlemen, are we ready?
Yes, sir. Ready.
Alright, then without further ado, let's start in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, and going into our second game here, Mozzarella Sticks to the west in the green versus his opponent, ZenoAkoop to the east end of the map in red. And Zeno with a no tier 3 build versus Mozzarella with no defense. So, interesting little matchup, perhaps. What do you think, Shu, of these builds and this map as well?
Yeah, so the map's pretty interesting. Neither player has terribly close expansions. Zeno has one that's a bit close to him. Mozzarella's expansions are a bit further away. And there's a line of 3 mills in the middle, which are probably going to be, especially that one in the very center, is going to be a big point of contention. A lot of the fights are going to happen around there, I feel.
Yeah, it's worth noting that that road actually leads straight to that windmill right in the center, which gives Zeno a little bit of a lead to get in there.
Yep.
Could come into play. And looking at the build order, it looks like Zeno's gone for a Warren of Squirrels. So that's a 7th farm Warren into the 8th farm straight after. Mozzarella doing the same, although goes for the double Warren.
Yeah, a lot of players like to place Warren before their 8th farm. Just go 7 farm, place a Warren, and then straight into the 8th farm, because you don't lose a whole lot in your farming economic tempo, but allows you to get your units out just a little bit quicker, which can help if your opponent is doing something more aggressive, that you can get your units ready to contest a little bit faster, which can make a big difference.
Zeno, seeing that Mozzarella went for the double Warren, he's going to put down 2 more Warrens himself, so he's going to be going up to 9 Squirrels, while Mozzarella does exactly the same. Mozzarella, with his build, they've actually got the same tier 1s, but tier 2s slightly different. Zeno's going with those ferrets and the skunk, while Mozzarella's also going with ferrets, but falcon instead of skunk.
Yeah, so the falcon will help if Zeno goes heavy into toads and skunks, because it can just avoid all of that. You could see that happen a little bit in that last game we watched. But Zeno's well known for using pressure with ferrets, so it's good that Mozzarella also has ferrets, because he can sort of match that and keep Zeno's ferrets a little bit honest, instead of having to concede pressure to the range advantage that Zeno would have otherwise.
And Zeno's found a very good spot on this hill, with the only entrance being blocked off by the MG nest and the rest of his army, and he's building another MG nest to protect it. This windmill on the 3rd high ground is going to be completely safe, other than from potential falcon attacks. And he's going to start farming on it straight away, and Mozzarella, desperate to catch up, builds his windmill also.
So Mozzarella's seen this, and he starts building his ferrets right away, so he will be able to poke at those machine gun turrets if Zeno isn't able to defend them. But Zeno has his skunks already, which will be able to take down Mozzarella's squirrels, because he mostly only has squirrels.
Mozzarella on 10 farms right now, Zeno going up to 13. But in terms of army value, Mozzarella has a slight advantage, obviously getting his Warrens out before Zeno, and Zeno focusing more on economy and defense. But this could move into a late game and give Zeno a little bit of an advantage, where he's farmed out a little bit earlier, and he'll be able to move on a bit quicker. Zeno does get caught out there. His commander gets killed. Not too big of a deal. But it will allow Mozzarella, it looks like, to poke at this MG nest right now.
Alright, Zeno's going to respond, but he's a little too late. Let's see. So one thing I want to point out that happened a little bit earlier, just before that fight, is Zeno went back while there was a lull in the action to build that mill in the back corner, and that allowed him to burrow back to get there faster, so he doesn't have to run back there and waste time when later in the game, when you can't spare as much of your time because of the risk of your opponent pressuring in.
So now that Zeno has his ferrets, he's going to go for his classic ferret poke. And both players just duking it out in the midfield here with their ferrets. Both players have pigeons up as well. So yeah. Zeno on 3 pigeons, Mozzarella on 6.
Missed opportunity here from Mozzarella. Zeno had his pigeons up there forward to give vision for his ferrets, and he left them behind. Mozzarella could have come up and picked them out for free right here, but he wasn't paying attention.
Oh, and he's not controlling his ferrets right now. He does take out those pigeons now, but he does it at the cost of a ferret. So not exactly very worthy, honestly.
Well, it's a bit even value-wise, but it'll take longer for the ferret to get back up than some pigeons.
And that ferret gets caught off while Zeno chases in, and now there's a big fight in midfield, but... Oh, okay, Mozzarella's Falcons come in just in time to ward off the attack. Those skunks could have done a lot of damage to Mozzarella's army there. That was close.
Yeah, Zeno was able to get that gas in a beautiful spot right at the bottom of the ramp, cutting off all of Mozzarella's squirrels from even entering that fight.
And look at Zeno's army right now, just full of ferrets. He's going to go for some very strong poke.
Yeah, he'll be able to take down that mill very fast. He'll be able to take down that mill very fast if Mozzarella doesn't respond.
But Mozzarella does have those Falcons, which is pretty much what he wants. Those squirrels in the back are going to be a good defense against them. And a fight right now is just these ferrets versus, just the Falcons versus the squirrels, and the squirrels come out a little bit ahead. He needs a critical mass of those Falcons to take that down. And Mozzarella is starting to poke at these MG nests a bit more. Takes down 1. And Zeno in the background though, on 17 farms, with this windmill that he bought way earlier, is very ahead in economy. Or at least
he's been ahead in economy for a long time. And you'll see the army differences grow over time if they keep on trading evenly.
Yep. And as Zeno moves in his entire army, Mozzarella kind of leaves his units to go in one by one, each unit type being taken down one after another. And now that the entire army's been taken down, Zeno's just going to push forward this monstrous army.
Yeah, and this looks like it's the beginning of the end. Mozzarella's left on only 3 farms, and his army is just not there at all. He's going to need to sell some warrens to be able to get food to produce stuff.
And Zeno can just freely pick off anything he wants, really. With this many pigeons, a small amount of defenders like this do literally nothing. They're just healed up immediately, and Zeno wins with a concede from Mozzarella Sticks there. So a very exciting game. Lots of economy going on there, but winning it for Zeno. What do you think, Licante?
ZenoAkoop taking the back expansion and just sitting on his nice little ferret line was, just the way he likes to play the game, I guess, where you get ahead in economy and then 6 ferrets. It's been a while since we've seen more than 2 in a game.
Yeah.
And we saw a total of 8 in this one. Like a few strange things where he left like his pigeons off in one corner and Mozzarella Sticks getting a bunch of good pickoffs on lone MG nests. So, and then the Falcons were a great response. With like slightly better control from one side, the game could have swung either way, I think. So yeah, it was a great game to watch.
Definitely. So I think we're ready to move on into the 3rd game then.
Let's hop into the 3rd game, which shall be casted by myself and